Stimați colegi, bună dimineața! Secretariatul rog să anunțați prezența.
Stimate domnule președinte al Parlamentului, onorați oaspeți, doamnelor și domnilor deputați, bună dimineața! Vă anunț că la începutul ședinței de astăzi și-au înregistrat prezența 94 de deputați.
Vă mulțumesc, constat caracterul deliberativ al ședinței. Stimate doamne deputate, stimați domni deputați, distinși invitați, salutăm prezența în plenul Parlamentului a excelenței sale, doamna Daiga Merina, președinta Parlamentului Republicii Letonia, excelenței sale, domnului Lauri Husar, președintele Parlamentului Estonia, și excelenței sale, domnului Iozas Olekas, președintele Parlamentului Republicii Lituania. Sesiunea ordinară de primăvară în cadrul ședințelor plenare ale Parlamentului o declar deschisă. Pentru intonarea imnului de stat al Republicii Moldova și a imnului Uniunii Europene, invităm fanfara Liceului Republican de Muzică Ciprian Porumbescu, sub conducerea dirijorului domnului Vasile Ciubuc, maestru în artă. Rog să onorăm simbolurile de stat ale Republicii Moldova și ale Uniunii Europene. Vă mulțumim frumos pentru interpretarea impecabilă. Doamnelor și domnilor, Le spunem încă o dată invitațiilor noștri un călduros bun venit la Chișinău și în plenul Parlamentului Republicii Moldova. Acum, puțin peste 20 de ani, în 2004, Estonia, Letonia și Lituania au devenit membre ale marii familii europene. În tot acest timp, aceste state au trecut prin transformări profunde. Economiile lor au crescut semnificativ, nivelul de trai s-a îmbunătățit, iar instituțiile statului au devenit mai puternice și mai eficiente. Astăzi, statele baltice sunt un exemplu clar că aderarea la Uniunea Europeană aduce rezultate concrete pentru cetățeni. Pentru Republica Moldova, Estonia, Letonia și Lituania sunt prieteni adevărați și parteneri de încredere. Ne susțin ferm în parcursul nostru european și ne împărtășesc din experiența lor. Suntem recunoscători pentru această prietenie și pentru sprijinul constant. La rândul nostru avem un mandat clar și puternic din partea cetățenilor de a aduce Republica Moldova în Uniunea Europeană. Parlamentul, deputații acestui for suprem au un rol esențial în acest proces. Să adoptăm reformele necesare, să consolidăm democrația și să pregătim țara pentru aderare. Doamnelor și domnilor, acum am deosebită plăcere să-l invit la tribuna Parlamentului Republicii Moldova pe domnul Lauri Huszar, președintele Parlamentului Republicii Estonia.
Honorable Speaker, dear Igor, esteemed members of the Parliament, Excellencies. It is a great honor to address the Parliament of the Republic of Moldova today here in Chișinău. I thank you for your warm welcome and for the opportunity to speak in this distinguished chamber. I wish to congratulate you, the Moldovan Parliament, the Moldovan government, and the people of Moldova as you continue on your path of EU integration following your parliamentary elections last September. Ladies and gentlemen, we understand the responsibility of carrying the visionary political course of your shoulders, especially considering the following. Firstly, Russia's war against Ukraine has had an immense impact on Moldova's economy and energy sector. Your government has limited options to compensate for the rising cost of living. We face similar challenges in Estonia. And we must be ready to endure temporary difficulties for a greater cause. If we are not willing to do so, the consequences could be tragic. Russia never changes. And if we allow them to invade our minds with propaganda and influence our people, we will suffer even more gravely. Secondly, Estonia and Moldova share more than friendly bilateral relations. We share our deep understanding of what it means to build and protect a democratic state, often under difficult circumstances. We know from our own history that democracy, sovereignty, and freedom are never guaranteed, nor can they be taken for granted. Instead, we must defend and strengthen them every day, every single day. Moldova has shown remarkable resilience and determination in pursuing democratic reforms and a European future. Estonia firmly supports it. We believe that Moldova's future belongs within the European family, within a community built on shared values. As a country that has undergone its own transformation, Estonia understands the challenges of reforming institutions, strengthening governance, and building public trust. We are ready to share our experience as a partner, willing to support, listen, and cooperate. Thirdly, in today's security environment, parliaments play a crucial role. They are the guardians of democratic legitimacy, oversight, and accountability. At a time when disinformation, external pressure, and hybrid threats seeks to weaken our societies, from within, strong democratic institutions are more important than ever. Estonia supports Moldova's efforts to strengthen its resilience against disinformation, cyber threats, and economic pressure. These challenges are not unique to Moldova. They concern us all. Solidarity among democracies is not only a political choice. It is a strategic necessity. The dark clouds of Russian hybrid aggression have not yet disappeared. Ladies and gentlemen, the path of reforms and integration is not always easy. It requires political courage, societal trust, and a long-term commitment. But it is a path worth taking. Estonians' own journey shows that determined reforms and clear strategic direction can transform a country and improve the lives of its citizens. I would like to conclude by reaffirming Estonia's strong and unwavering support for Moldova. You are not alone on this path. Estonia remains a committed partner, ally, and friend. On that note, I am pleased to share that Estonia has decided to open an embassy in Chisinau, becoming the 18th EU member state represented here. I believe this is a big step forward in our relations. Thank you for your attention.
Domnule președinte, vă mulțumim. Doamnelor și domnilor, ofer cuvântul excelenței sale, doamnei Daiga Merina, președinta Parlamentului Republicii Letonia. Vă rog.
Augsti godātais Grosov kungs, cienījamie kolēģi Lauri un Jozas, cienījamie Moldovas parlamenta deputāti. Man ir patiešām liels prieks un gods uzrunāt jūs šeit no jūsu skaistajā parlamentā. Esmu pagodināta, ka šodien man ir iespēja jūs uzrunāt arī savā dzimtajā valodā. Valodā, kas ir viena no Eiropas Savienības valodām. Jo valoda ir vērtība, kas nodrošina valstu pastāvēšanu un mūsu tautu turpināšanos. Šajā kontekstā vēlos minēt kādu piemēru, kas īpaši spilgti atklāja valodas nozīmi mūsu identitātē. Moldāvu literatūras klasiķa Grigores Vieru dzējolis In Limba tā, kura motīvi kļuvuši par pamatu Latvijas kultūras kanonā iekļautajai grupas Līvi dziesmai dzimtā valoda. Laikā, kad Latvija vēl atradās padomju jūgā, šī dziesma kļuva par simbolu latviešu valodas un kultūras noturībai. Tā bija nevardarbīga pretošanās rusifikācijai. Vienlaikus vēlos jūs apsveikt arī ar aizvadītajām vēlēšanām un jūsu katra izdarīto izvēli par labu demokrātijai un Eiropas vērtībām. Varu apliecināt mūsu visu vārdā, ka esam patiesi gandarīti par vēlēšanu iznākumu. To savā ziņā var raksturot kā īstu Moldovas tautas pretestību pret agresoru valsts, nemitīgo ietekmi un vēlmi negodīgā ceļā ietekmēt Moldovas pilsoņu brīvo gribu. Ar savu nelokāmību jūs izcīnījāt kārtējo svarīgo uzvaru. Varu apliecināt, ka visā Eiropā patiesi novērtē Moldovas konsekvento reformu progresu Eiropas Savienības integrācijā. To apliecina arī jaunākais Eiropas komisijas paplašināšanās ziņojums. Moldova ir piemērs citām kandidātu valstīm. Mūsu ieskatā jau tūlīt būtu jāatver pirmā saruna sadaļa gan ar Moldovu, gan ar Ukrainu, tādējādi tuvinot jūsu valsti deklarētajam mērķim pabeigt iestāšanās sarunas jau 2028. gadā. Latvija ir gatava turpināt iesākto, dalīties ar mūsu pieredzi reformu īstenošanā un integrācijā. Esmu gandarīta, ka šogad jau 3. reizi jūsu parlamenta darbinieki piedalīsies Saeimas organizētajās intensīvajās apmācībās par Eiropas Savienības integrācijas jautājumiem. Kā jau kolēģi minēja, reformu process nav vienkāršs. Tas prasa pacietību un nepārtrauktu skaidrojošo darbu sabiedrībā. Lai demokrātija būtu dzīvotspējīga, tajā jāiegulda ikdienas. Tas nozīmē spēcīgas valsts institūcijas, neatkarīgu tiesu sistēmu, preses brīvību un spēcīgu nevalstisko sektoru. Būt daļai no Eiropas Savienības nozīmē ne tikai statusu, bet arī ieguvumus. Minēšu tikai dažus skaitļus no Latvijas pieredzes. Kopš Latvijas iestāšanās Eiropas Savienībā vidējā alga pieaugusi 5 reizes. Eksports pieaudzis 6 reizes. Bet lauksaimniecības un pārtikas eksports pieaudzis pat 16 reizes. Ārvalstu tiešās investīcijas pieaugušas 10 reizes. Par Eiropas Savienības līdzekļiem izbūvēti apmēram 2000 kilometru ceļu. Un, protams, es nevaru nepieminēt, kā brīva piekļuva 450 miljonu iedzīvotāju tirgumu. Es tā varētu turpināt un turpināt. Tomēr arī mēs varam mācīties no jūsu pieredzes, jo šogad Latvijā ir gaidāmas Saeimas vēlēšanas, un mēs noteikti ņemsim vērā arī jūsu pieredzi, Moldovas pieredzi, kā novērst dezinformāciju un ārvalstu centienus iejaukties tajā. Informācijas manipulācija un iejaukšanās no Krievijas, kā arī citu ļaunprātīgu aktoru puses apdraud Eiropas demokrātijas un Eiropas Savienības intereses globāli. Tādēļ arī mēs turpmāk reaģēsim uz konsekventu un stingru sankciju piemērošanu. Mūsu ciešais politiskais dialogs visos līmeņos ir lielisks pamats arī sadarbības attīstībai uzņēmējdarbībā. Īpaši potenciāli redzam sadarbībai informācijas tehnoloģiju un kritiskās infrastruktūras jomā. Tās biznesa partnerības, kas uzsāktas šodien, pilnā mērā īstenos savu potenciālu, kad Moldova kļūs par pilnvērtīgu Eiropas Savienības dalību valsti. Es novēlu jums no visas sirds, lai jums izdodas sasniegt savus mērķus, nodrošināt savas tautas labklājību un jau drīz pilnvērtīgi atgriezties vienotajā Eiropas saimē. Un Latvija vienmēr noslēdzot savas runas saka saules mūžu Latvijai, es gribu teikt saules mūžu Moldovai. Paldies!
Vă mulțumim, doamna președintă. Doamnelor și domnilor, ofer cuvântul excelenței sale, domnului Juozas Olekas, președintele Parlamentului Republicii Lituania. Domn președinte, vă rog.
Honorable Speaker of the Parliament of the Republic of Moldova, dear members of the Parliament, dear colleagues, it is great honor for me to address you today in the plenary sitting hall. Lithuania will always remember and will be grateful for the Moldovan Parliament being the first on 31st May 1990 to recognize Lithuania's independence. It was an unforgettable, courageous act which established a strong link and solidarity between our nations and countries. We came to Chisinau together with the Estonian and Latvian speakers to convey a strong message of support for the European Union accession path you have chosen. Your determination and consistency is strengthening political will in the European capitals for the EU enlargement. Continued progress in the reforms makes convincing argument in favor of increasing EU financial support to Moldova, including economic transformation and reintegration efforts. Your achievements in recent years are significant despite ongoing security threats and political pressure from Moscow, and despite part of country's territory, Transnistria region, still being kept by Russia as a hostage and tool of blackmail. Progress done by Moldova helps us to build political consensus in making the case of next enlargement settled. When you fill the process with substance, the formal decision will come smoother and faster. Role of the Parliament is essential in ensuring timely adoption of the legislation and effective oversight of the government. When Lithuania joined the European Union, it changed everything for my country: economy, institutions, confidence, as well as our place in the world politics. We have achieved our strategic goals only by being united and decisive country's leadership, political parties, and society. We want the same for Moldova: to be politically, economically stronger, more resilient, capable of protecting your people and freedom. When Lithuania started an accession negotiation, GDP per capita in my country was just about 3,000 euros, which was less than 20% of the EU 15 average at that time. In the year 2025, it exceeds 28,000 euros, getting close to the 90% of the EU average, which capital city Vilnius already surpassing the EU average level. Naturally, support for EU membership in Lithuania remains stable, about 80%, driven by perceiving economical growth, security benefits, free movement, and modernization. We all are facing unprecedented challenges as a result of Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine. Courage of Ukrainian shields us too. Lithuania will continue to advocate for Ukraine accession to European Union in the next wave. For us, it is not just a political goal. It is a moral one. Moldova and Ukraine should be the part of European family. May I use this opportunity to address those who still have doubts or think that alternatives in the East exist. Let us be honest. Russia has nothing to offer. There is no development, no cooperation, only the shadow of control and the devastation of Ruski Mir. We have no illusion about the real Russian intention. We see how Moscow is increasingly targeting by hybrid attacks from Russia and its proxies, attempting to destabilize the state institution and democratic process. Currently, EU accession is the most obvious target. These challenges are well known in the Baltic states. We welcome approval of democratic resilient plan for 2026 and 2027 and are ready to continue cooperation and contribution to its implementation. Dear colleagues, Moldova is a country whose language is derived from Latin and whose spirit was shaped together with the nation of Europe. It is a land where the European culture was preserved for centuries, even when attempts were made to erase it, and when a foreign language and fare were imposed. All of us live under the Soviet occupation, bear scars of history. Today, Moldova does not stand between the East and the West. Moldova has always been and remains in Europe, geographically, historically, culturally, and in terms of values. As a former member of the European Parliament, I am looking for the day when the European Parliament will cardinally welcome its members elected in Moldova. Thank you.
Mulțumim, domnule președinte. Excelențele voastre, vă mulțumim pentru mesajele adresate poporului Republicii Moldova și pentru prietenia sinceră pe care ne-o arătați. Contăm în continuare pe sprijinul dumneavoastră și suntem convinși că împreună vom duce acest parcurs european până la capăt. Vă mulțumim! Stimați colegi, vă anunț că următoarea ședință a Parlamentului va avea loc pe data de 5 februarie, orele 10. Vă mulțumesc și declar ședința închisă. O zi bună!